Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to my WrestleMania 34 and NXT TakeOver New Orleans preview video. This Sunday and Saturday, respectively, we got two of the biggest events of the year. NXT TakeOver New Orleans, where the brightest future stars in WWE are going to make their mark on the grand stage. And then, of course, Sunday night, April the 8th, 2018. It is here, the granddaddy of them all, the big show. I'm, of course, talking about WrestleMania 34. Let the good times roll. It's hard to believe it's almost here, but in this preview and predictions video, I will be breaking down and give you my predictions for both NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania 34. So without further ado, let's dive right into. We'll start with NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Now, this is a stacked card, I have to say. I'm really looking forward to NXT TakeOver New Orleans. I think it'll be one to remember. Definitely looking like one of the best NXT shows in a while. And with the card that we have right here, I can't argue any otherwise. We'll start with the unsanctioned match, which could easily be match of the weekend. And I'm, of course, talking about Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. The way that this is built for over a year, beginning at NXT TakeOver Chicago. And if Gargano wins, he will be reinstated to NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT. I think with a stipulation like that, Gargano will win. But this is just the beginning. I think it'll culminate in a big stipulation type match at NXT TakeOver Chicago in June, which would bring this thing full circle. So I think Gargano wins, but Ciampa finds a way to get the last laugh. I can't wait to see the match that these two can have. As you all remember, in the Cruiserweight Classic, those two had an outstanding match, one of my favorites from that tournament. And that was just a match without the story. Now you have the story going into it with the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa stabbing his best friend in the back, and I just want to see Johnny Gargano get in there and beat the piss out of Tommaso Ciampa. Get revenge on Ciampa for everything that he did, costing them, their friendship, DIY, throwing it all down the drain. This is easily one of my most anticipated matches going into the weekend. So I'm predicting Johnny Gargano will be victorious heading out of this match. We have a ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. Happy to see that they're introducing another championship to the NXT brand. A lot of people have wanted to see that for a while now. Have that kind of IC title type championship in NXT would really help guys like a Velveteen Dream. Who is in this match? You got Ricochet, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, EC3, Adam Cole. I think there are a number of different ways that this match can go. I think it can come down to my two picks, who I think will win, and I eventually have to make a choice. I think it'll either be EC3, who made an explosive entrance on NXT the last week. He got a damn good promo. Just want to give my brief thoughts on that. Loved his theme song was great as well. So I think it'll either be EC3 or Velveteen Dream, but if I had to make a pick, Ricochet's another good pick as well, making his NXT TV debut. I gotta go with Velveteen Dream. Something tells me he's gonna walk out the inaugural NXT North American Championship. He's quickly becoming one of my favorites to watch on NXT, so it would be nice to see him walk out of there with some hardware. So my pick is Velveteen Dream to win the inaugural NXT North American Championship. Now we have a bit of a spoiler alert here ahead of tonight's episode of NXT. If you don't want to hear it, you could skip ahead a minute or two. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Apparently, we have a triple threat match. The Undisputed Era, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Bobby Fish went down with an injury. Not sure how long he's going to be out for, but hopefully he gets better. So it's going to be Cole pulling double duty on this show with Kyle O'Reilly versus the Authors of Pain versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. So obviously tonight it was supposed to be Strong and Dunne versus the Authors of Pain. So obviously this will turn into a triple threat. Looking forward to seeing who walks out with the NXT Tag Team Championships. If I had to pick, I think the Undisputed Era retain here. I don't see the Authors of Pain winning. I see them imminently coming up to the main roster, possibly as soon as the Raw after WrestleMania. And Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, with the egos involved and with Pete Dunne being how he is, I just don't see that team being able to gel that well. I think it's a great team, but short-lived. I possibly see him implode on this show. I think it'll be a good match, but I'm predicting that the Undisputed Era will find a way to retain. We have Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler in a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. I like the match that they had at TakeOver in Philadelphia, but the way that match ended with Ember just being able to get the win, but Shayna afterwards getting the last laugh set up for this match. And I think that we are going to be seeing, I predicted it last time, I was wrong, but I think this time we will see Shayna Baszler as your new NXT Women's Championship. Ember's had a good run, but I feel like now, if it wasn't going to be at Philly, then this is definitely the time where Shayna Baszler wins the NXT Women's Championship. I thought they had a good match at Philly, but I think they can have a much better match here. An even better match, I should say. So I'm looking forward to this showdown, part 2, the second match between these two. So I think we will see a new NXT Women's Champion come this Saturday night. We have Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black. How ironic, a year ago at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, we saw this match with Aleister Black making his NXT TakeOver debut. And now this comes full circle with Andrade reinventing himself with the heel turn, with Zelina Vega, NXT champion, beating Drew McIntyre, holding the title up until now. Who would have thought? I didn't see it coming, but he's made it work. And I think now this is going to be the time where we see Aleister Black crowned as your new NXT champion. And does that possibly mean Andrade Cien Almas goes to the main roster? Do you feel he's ready? I'm kind of split in between. I feel like he could use a little bit more time on NXT, but if he does get called up, I think with Zelina Vega doing the talking for him, I think he'll be okay. This match right here, I think it'll be a phenomenal match for the NXT Championship. Black finally getting that opportunity that I've been waiting oh so long for, and I think we will see him walk out as your new NXT Champion this Saturday night. Those are my predictions for NXT TakeOver. It all goes down in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center, 8 o'clock, WWE Network. Get ready. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun weekend for professional wrestling, guys. And now we segue here to the big show, the granddaddy of them all, the showcase of the immortals, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 34. Goes down live this Sunday, 2-hour kickoff show, 5-hour main card. It's going to be a long night in New Orleans at the Superdome. Got to make sure you get it right. It's at the Superdome, folks. And this is the card that we've got. Now, I'll be checking out the kickoff show for one match and one match only. And we'll start there. We'll start with Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali, the finals for the to crown the new Cruiserweight champion. Who will win the title? I was originally going to say Cedric, but seeing the way that they've really built Mustafa Ali up nicely, I'm kind of leaning towards I'd rather see Mustafa Ali. I think he's had the better build heading into this. He's got some pretty good promos. I like the promo work that they've done with him, the story that they're telling. And I think this will be a hell of a match, despite it being on the pre-show. And I do think it should be on the main card, but it is what it is. I still think these two will get time. And I will tune in to watch this match. If there's anything on the pre-show that I will tune in to watch, it will be for this match and this match alone, because I'm looking forward to it. So I don't think there was a better option here. Amongst the cruiserweights, you put two in there that could potentially steal the show. I think these two, if given the time and don't limit them, they could do it. So I'm predicting Mustafa Ali will become the new Cruiserweight champion. We have our two Battle Royales, and we'll start with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. List of participants here announced so far: Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Ty Dillinger, Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Goldust, Heath Slater, Rhino, Zack Ryder, Primo, and the Broken Brilliance, Woken Matt Hardy. Yes, it is all within reach for the Woken Brilliance of Matt Hardy to claim the Memorial Battle of Giant of Andre trophy, yes. Delete everybody else in this battle royale. Delete! Matt Hardy will be victorious and it will be delightful, yes. As you can see, I think Matt Hardy will win this. I wish Matt was in a better match at WrestleMania, but unfortunately it is what it is. Hopefully, as I said in my Raw review coming out of this, they have better plans for him, something. You know, if he wins the Battle Royale, alright, it doesn't really mean anything at this point. I mean, none of the winners, have really gone on to do anything of note. I mean, Corbin, they were kind of pushing him, but then, of course, he fell off the face of the earth. Mojo, did they even push him? I can't even remember. Big Show won it just to say, here you go, this is an achievement for you. Cesaro, that was a great moment, but his push afterwards kind of stunk. So I really don't care too much about this. We have the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. Announced participants: Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Natalya, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Bayley, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Mickie James, and Carmella. I see this coming down to two people. Realistically, the only two people. And I know inside of me, I kind of wanted to see these two have a singles match. Of course, I'm talking about Sasha Banks and Bayley, but we have 13 matches as it is. I feel they would get lost in the shuffle, so if you want to save that for the Backlash pay-per-view, where they will have time to have a really good match, then so be it. I think it'll come down to either Bayley or Sasha Banks, but I think in the end, Sasha will find a way. I'm going to go with Sasha. Sasha will find a way. It could go either way, but I think Sasha will win the first ever Women's Battle Royale and get that very odd-shaped trophy. I'm just going to leave it at that. So those are the three pre-show matches. Let's get into the actual card of WrestleMania 34. We'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top here. We have first on our card, the Usos defending their tag team championships, SmackDown tag team championships versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Triple threat match. Should be a really good match. Happy to see that the Usos are finally on the WrestleMania card. I think it comes down to either the Usos or the Bludgeons. The Usos are great. Can they retain? It's going to be tough. I wish this match was a TLC match. I mean, that would make it that much better. But I still think these three teams are going to go out there, bust their asses, and give us a pretty good tag team match here for the time that they get. I'm predicting that the Usos will retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Looking forward to seeing them finally, after how many years, being able to say that they have had a match on the WrestleMania card. That is an injustice that will finally be rectified this Sunday. We have Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. Waiting for Nia to finally get her hands on Alexa Bliss. However, once that happens, I don't think it'll be that long. I think that Nia will win, and then Carmella will cash in. Even though she's on SmackDown, I think she will, during the show, be drafted over to Raw, and she will cash in on Nia Jax becoming the new Raw Women's Champion. So I think it'll go from Alexa beating Nia, and then Carmella coming out and cashing in on Nia to win the championship. Crazy prediction, but I wanted to go a little bold on this one. So there you go. That's my predictions for the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. We have a fatal four-way. The WWE United States Championship, Randy Orton defending his title versus the glorious one, Bobby Roode, Jinder, I Really Don't Care, Mahal, and Rusev Day! Happy Rusev Day, everybody, because every day is Rusev Day. Who do I want to see win this match? It's Rusev, and it's Rusev. Who should win this match? Rusev. Who won't win this match? Rusev. You watch. I want to see Rusev win. Rusev is my pick. Until he was added to this match, this was my least anticipated match on the card. So at least it upped the ante in that respect. I have somebody that I want to see win. So Rusev, please. Hopefully you walk out as the new United States Championship, and then we can all celebrate because it'll be Rusev Day on Sunday as well. We have the Bar defending their Raw Tag Team Championship, Sheamus and Cesaro versus Braun Strowman and a partner of his choosing. I think Strowman's partner comes down to either Elias, The Big Show, or Samoa Joe. I think one of those three will be his partners. If I had to make a prediction, I think it'll be not Elias. I think it'll be Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. I don't, however. This is a tough pick. Could they? I predict that Braun Strowman and whoever his partner will be, change my mind here, they will win, become the new Raw Tag Team Champions, because I feel that Sheamus and Cesaro will be drafted to SmackDown Live post-draft. I feel they've done all they can on Raw. I feel that a move to SmackDown will certainly be beneficial for a guy like Cesaro as well, if you want to break him off and do a singles run. So yeah, I'm predicting Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe, who will be his partner, will win the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have The Miz defending his championship in a triple threat match versus Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. This one has show stealer written all over it. We saw what Balor and Rollins did this past Monday on Raw. They had an incredible match. You throw The Miz in there, the unpredictabilities of a triple threat match. I think this will be one to remember. I can't remember the last time I was looking forward to an IC title match quite like this one. It's been a long time at a WrestleMania. Of course, we had the two ladder matches at 31, 32 I enjoyed. But since then, I didn't really care for Ambrose and Corbin last year. So this is a nice return to form for the IC Championship. Who I predict will walk out the winner? I think The Miz will retain his Intercontinental Championship. He'll find a way to eke out the win. And I believe he will go to SmackDown post-WrestleMania. So I'm looking forward to this one, guys. Triple threat. It's going to be fun. And potentially a show stealer as well. We have Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And if Owens and Zayn win, they will be reinstated to SmackDown. But if they lose, they will remain fired. I think with a stipulation like that, I think Owens and Zayn have to win, don't they? I mean, there is a chance that they could lose. I mean, it's going to be Bryan's first match back. But I think if anybody takes the pin in this match, it would be Shane McMahon. And something could potentially happen afterwards with Bryan, Zayn, and Owens. I wouldn't want to see Bryan turn heel. I don't. He's so beloved. Why would you do that? I just don't think that would make much sense. Now, Owens and Zayn could still lose and then show up on Raw possibly the next night. I mean, they're fired, but does that mean they're fired from SmackDown? I mean, just SmackDown or all WWE? To me, it's a little bit unclear there. So if they're fired from SmackDown, what's stopping them from showing up on Raw? Just saying. But I predict that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will win with Kevin Owens pinning. I'm going to go a step beyond here. Kevin Owens pinning Shane McMahon. And I can't wait. 3 years I've been waiting. I can't wait to see Daniel Bryan return to the ring. Yes. 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 It's going to be great. We have Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Another match I'm looking forward to, but can't wait to see Ronda Rousey, see Kurt Angle make his WrestleMania return for the first time since in the ring since 2006. It's hard to believe it's been that long. It'll be a great moment for Kurt to get his entrance, the pyro, the whole thing. I think Ronda will really impress people. I think she'll silence the doubters. I think she'll go in there and prove that she's ready to make that transition into WWE, and I think she'll do well. I think this will be a fun match. It'd be great to see The Rock show up and rock bottom Triple H, based on what happened at WrestleMania 31. I hope we see The Rock on this show. That would be electrifying. But I think Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey have to win this match. It would make no sense for me for Ronda Rousey to lose her first match. Don't do what you did to Brock Lesnar when you fed him the John Cena at Extreme Rules 2012. Don't humble her. Don't do that. That would be stupid. It's very simple. Have Ronda put Stephanie in the armbar and finally have somebody give this woman her comeuppance. Because if there's anybody in the world that can give Stephanie McMahon her comeuppance, it's Ronda Rousey. So there you go. There you go. We have AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. This match has potential to be show stealer. This is a match I've been waiting for quite a while, ever since Nakamura signed with WWE. It's like, this is the match that I wanted to see. And I'm getting this match at WrestleMania 34, and I can't wait. It's going to be a hell of a match. These two are going to deliver under the bright lights of the Superdome. Who I think will walk out the winner of this match, I think it'll be Shinsuke Nakamura. I believe he will, he won the Royal Rumble. Earned the right. And I think he will become the first ever Japanese WWE champion. So that would be a great accomplishment for him. And I think him and AJ will put on a clinic. Has potential to be match of the night. And what more can you say? What more can you say? This one is going to be a slobber knocker. We have Charlotte versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Boy, another match that I can't wait for. Asuka, undefeated. Charlotte, one of the most dominant women on the main roster. And this is a dream match that I've been waiting for ever since Asuka signed NXT. Her and Charlotte were on separate main roster. Asuka and NXT. And then when Asuka finally made her debut, I felt like this was the perfect match for Asuka to have at her first WrestleMania. To go in there against Charlotte. And this is going to be something special right here. I really think it is going to be. Who do I think wins? I think it'll be the Empress of Tomorrow. She will remain undefeated and become SmackDown Women's Champion. So, another match that I think has potential to, if given enough time, to steal the show. Undertaker versus John Cena. Weird. It's very weird. Don't have the match announced. Taker never showed up. So I'm going on a limb here. I don't think we're going to get a match. I know that shocks you all. After all 4 or 5 weeks, you know what? I'd rather see Undertaker stay retired. Have him appear as the American Badass. Cena sit in front row. Start brawling. To go in the ring. Taker hits chokeslam. Tombstone. Fuck you. This is my yard. I'm leaving. Rides the bike back up. I don't really need to see The Undertaker wrestle. I really don't. And to me, the build has just... I like that first promo from Cena. That was like, ooh, that was good. But then the next couple of weeks, it's just like... I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of the build, the way that they've been building this. Taker not showing up. It's just weird. And if you were going to do this match, to me, it should have been career versus career. If you really wanted to up the stakes. I don't know what the hell they're doing, so who knows. Cena's going to be front row, apparently. Yeah. So, hey, if you want to just do a segment, I know some of you might not like that and think, oh, we should get the match. But to me, looking at this show, we have 10 matches on the main card as it is. Potentially The Rock showing up and interrupting Elias. We'll see what happens. So, that's what I'm predicting will happen between Undertaker and Cena. And then finally, the match that I think will close the show. Is it the match that I want to close? We'll leave that all up for debate. Talking about Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Is it any doubt that Roman Reigns will beat Brock Lesnar? I would be shocked. I would be absolutely astounded. Said this in 2015 for WrestleMania 31. Thought for sure Reigns was winning, but of course Seth Rollins cashed in and made that a triple threat match. I think these two will go out there and have a really good match. Potentially one of Brock Lesnar's last matches in WWE as his contract is coming up shortly. I believe it expires in August. So, I believe this will be the main event. There were some rumors out there it's going to be the mixed tag, Cena Taker, but I don't know what's going on with that. I think the show will close with Reigns and Lesnar. Reigns beats Lesnar in the big pyro celebration. So, those are my predictions for NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania 34. I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to leave your comments down below for your predictions. Leave them please down below in the comments section. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuyza412. Be sure to follow my new Facebook page. Link is down below in the description box. Facebook.com/DanielGuyza1994. And be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on YouTube.com/DanielGuyza412 as we continue on the road to WrestleMania 34. It'll be here before you know it. Live takeover review at 10:45 on Saturday with special guest Jack Southall. Live WrestleMania 34 review at 12:30 a.m. It's going to be a late night, but hey, enjoy it with the Club of the Man 1993. And of course, a live review of the Raw after WrestleMania should be great. Going to be breaking down the Hall of Fame as well. Maybe throw an NXT review in there as well. WrestleMania 34 week, halfway through it. It'll be here before you know it, guys. Enjoy it as fans of wrestling, and until my next video, I will see you guys later on. Thanks for watching.